if you have any video requests or any clothes you want me to promo, or any promotions you want me to promo on my channel, any clothes, any YouTube channels, you know, email me. I'll let you know my prices. They're not crazy. I'll let you know. You can also email me if you want to talk to me about certain things. I also do that too. So just let me know. My email's gonna be right here. Email me. Let me know what's going on. But also my PO box is in the description too. My PO box in the description. If you want to send me something, in the description. Fan art, I mean supporter art, whatever, anything you want to send me, in the description. Just let me know. Thank you. I appreciate y'all for watching. But y'all don't watch this video. I appreciate it. I love y'all. Y'all keep, you know, living life you love, love life you live. Keep working on yourself and keep getting to know yourself. Other than that, enjoy the video. It's your boy BJ from Rub Hair. This video is gonna be about why I feel like childhood traumas create childish adults. Okay, childhood traumas. What are childhood traumas? Like what is a childhood trauma that we have, or I have, or that you might have, that you might not know is a childhood trauma, that you still suffer from and still have in your head and still bothers you to this day? One childhood trauma is tough love. I feel like that's a childhood trauma. I feel like a lot of us as people never really received like love in like a natural nurturing way. I feel like we all received like beatings, or like we all receive like aggressive ass love, you know. I feel like I grew up, you know, I didn't really get nurtured and loved on, you know, but I know I was loved though, but I never really got that love, like that regular love, like that, that love, that like baby love. I feel like I only got down, like once I got older, I never really received any more of that huggy, kissy love. You feel me? And I feel like that made me as a man, like, you know, like you feel me, like get off me, like, you feel me? It made me feel like, yo, chill up, ease up off me, like give me some space. I don't want all that, you know. So I feel like that created like a big ass like affection gap, where like a lot of us don't like affection, or we don't know how to show affection. It's because we know affection as like, it's like tough, like it's like strong, you know, it's like tough love, you know. That's how I feel like. I don't really know how to, like, I mean, like I know how to love, I know how to nurture, like, you feel me? I feel like I've taught myself that, or I've seen it enough where I've learned how to do it. But you know, like, not like, you know, I'm not really like touchy feely. I feel like, or even when it comes to like getting affection or getting kissed up on, you know, I don't know, like I feel like it's weird for me. Like I don't really like it that much. Or like I feel like I've slowly gotten, like, I'm getting to the point where I can receive it and take it. Because I feel like once you experience all these relationships, all these girls and all this stuff, is like you and what you go through in life, you like set up like certain boundaries within yourself that you don't really even, like, sometimes you even know how they got there. It's like you set up certain like things that you don't do, or you don't like to do, or you find weird because of how you was raised. And I feel like one of them is the tough love, you know, not showing affection, not know how to show affection, or not know how to show emotion as a girl, or mostly in guys, where it's like that childhood trauma stops men from knowing how to show their emotions because of that childhood trauma. And I feel like we as people have to tap into that childhood trauma and realize that we all are childish, you know. Because we still have the burden of the childhood trauma, which still makes us do childish things, which is not wrong to be childish and to love yourself and take care of yourself and still be a kid. But I would say it's wrong to have childish tendencies in the world, like for you to not know how to communicate, not know how to freaking differentiate who you're talking to, or not being able to understand certain things. I feel like that childish thing or trauma can hold you back from reaching certain levels, because like emotionally, though, at first certain levels emotionally within yourself, where you fully feel like you know yourself. Because like I can say I know myself, but I know there's a lot of stuff about myself that I still haven't conquered yet. I still haven't figured out what made me tick all the way. So I'm still working on that, but I feel like a lot of us don't know what makes us tick, or don't even really know who we are as a people or as a person, because we are so caught up on how other people look at us or how we're viewed to others. We don't really like, nah, I like how I look. I like this on me. Oh, nah, this is cool on me. It's like, oh, you think the girls gonna like this? Oh, you think they're gonna like this? You think the girl gonna like this fit? It's like, we don't think from like our perspective. We think from like how other people are gonna view us. So I feel like that sets up a weird thing where it's like, oh, I'm gonna wear this or act like this, so when people see me, like, okay, he's cool or she's cool. You feel me? Y'all get what I'm saying? Cause I feel like I'm making mad sense right now, but y'all might not understand. But if y'all don't, if y'all get it, let me know. Second childhood trauma is like fear. Once you're born, it's like, don't do that, don't do this. Oh, that burns. Oh, that's hot. It's like we, as we're born, it's just like fear. You know, we're fear. Monsters under the bed. You know, we scared of the dark. It's like or you know, it's I feel like we're just born into fear, or maybe it's just like I said. Some people say it's in our DNA, or we have our ancestors' DNA, so we still feel the fear from past fears, like scared of the dark, or scared of the water, or scared of heights. You feel me? Because of what we've gone through in the past, and now that we're here through the DNA thing. So, you know, I feel like sometimes that could be caused by that. So I feel like a child trauma is fear. You know, a lot of us never get over childhood fears. So you say you grew up fucking scared of bugs. So like your whole life you scared of bugs, so you never conquered that bug fear. So your whole life you see a bug, you spazzing out. It's just a fucking bug. You feel me? Like, you feel me? Like my fear of the dark. Like I feel like I've always had like this like scared thing of the dark, where it's like the dark was like, it was like the unknown. And I feel like as I got older, cause even when I was like a couple months ago, nigga, I was super still scared of the dark. Even shit a couple weeks ago, nigga. Like I'm just starting to like really get into like not being scared of the dark. So it's like, nigga, shit, nigga, I'm here. You feel me? So like the dark thing is like, cause like the unknown, the abyss, like what's going on. But I feel like now I look at the dark as like, I look at it as if you look at the dark as something pleasant, it should be something pleasant to you. You feel me? Like, but now if you look at the dark and see like negativity or monsters and shit, so now that's gonna be projected on you. So because you look at it that way, so when it's gonna look back at you that way. You feel me? So when you be like, oh, I see your little shit in the darkest shit, it really be nothing. But like, since your mind is programmed to be scared, when you look at it, it's gonna look scary. You feel what I'm trying to say? So like, we have to deprogram our mind to stop looking at these things as fears, like love. Like we grew up scared of love. Like a lot of men are scared of love. A lot of men are scared of heartbreak and like death, and scared of having kids. And like those are fears. That's like, why are you scared of that? Like what makes you scared of love? Like scared of having kids and scared of like death is like stuff that will happen in your life no matter what. Like why are you scared of that? Like what? Like people are really like, we having a kid? Oh my god, bro, your butt. It's like people be panicking. It's like, oh shit. But it's like, bro, you're supposed to love in your life. You're supposed to die. You're gonna die. You're gonna fall in love. You're gonna have kids. So why do we fear these things that's gonna happen naturally? You feel me? So I feel like stuff like that is like, you grow up, like nigga, you freaking 15, 16, listening to DTB 8 Boogie, so now you scared of falling in love. So I feel me? So I understand, cause that was never me. I was always, you know, I learned my experience, you know, which everyone does. So I've learned now that my experiences with females made me realize that I was the devil in my story. I'm gonna do a whole video on that one, where I realized that I was the bad guy. I'm the bad guy in my story, or the bad guy and the good guy in my story. I'm the one that controls my story. At the end of the day, it's like you control your decisions. You feel me? So it's like, you could be like, nah, I don't want to date this girl, but you chose to do that. You feel me? And I know it says written already, da da da, but you know, I feel like we do have control of our path in some way, because we have the option of saying yes and no. So we are in control in some way, like I said, because we have the option of saying yes and no. And I feel like a lot of times I've gone through with things by just saying yes. I didn't want to do and put me in tough positions. But that's for another video. So fear, like I said, fear of love, fear of death, fear of babies and shit like that. I feel like we was taught to be scared of those things. Like, oh man, yeah man, death is crazy, man. When somebody dies, it's crazy. When it's like, bro, everybody's gonna die. So it's like, why would you be scared of something that's gonna happen naturally, unnaturally? It's just gonna happen, and that it's gonna happen. So why be scared of something that's gonna happen no matter what? Hear me? It's like being scared that if when you eat your food, it might be hot when you know it's gonna be hot. So all you gotta do is wait for it to cool down. You feel me? So it's like, why don't you just like, you know what? I'm gonna die one day. And I'm okay with that. Everybody over here gonna die one day. And I'm okay with that. And I have to be okay with lose people in my life, because that's just what's gonna happen. Because that's just life. And I feel like we have to lose that fear of that, because it's like, bro, that's gonna happen no matter what. So I feel like that's also a child trauma, is fear. You know, even though like, yeah, fact, because you get, I feel like you get all your fears when you're young. You know, like I'm not gaining fears now. I feel like the more you grow up, the more fears you gain. And I feel like it's like from like what, when you're born to like what, I think like 11, like 7. I feel like so when you're born to like you're 7 is like when you like figure out your fears. Or like when you like, let's say when you're born to like 13 or 16, when you figure out like, okay, this is what I'm scared of. So those like your childhood, teenage years into your adulthood, I feel like you get your fears in that, you know, in that time frame. So I feel like, you know, a lot of the fears stem from that, from the childhood, teenage, when you're a child, traumas, you know. So I feel like as we get older, we have to overcome those traumas so we can go into adulthood with a great mindset, or you feel me, or learn our way into adulthood and into the you know, when you get older and stuff like that. Another child trauma, a household where it's like a toxic household. I feel like that's also a very big childhood trauma. A lot of us grow up in environments, toxic environments, not like purposely, but like we don't know any better in the environment, where it's like certain things are tolerated and certain things shouldn't be tolerated, like putting your child down when they don't understand something, or like yelling and screaming all the time to solve problems, or like always leading to or always leading to aggression to solve problems, instead of being taught how to talk and communicate, not knowing how to communicate, not knowing how to solve problems. You know, a lot of us growing up not knowing how to do certain things like communicating. So it's tough for us to get a girlfriend, get a boyfriend, and like try to, like, also with the tough love thing, like try to show affection and try to communicate the right way, because we were never taught how to do that. So we have a girlfriend, and then we still always screaming and arguing instead of learning how to sit down and talk, or we don't know how to show love the right way, or we just don't know how to appreciate love the right way, because we never was taught that as a child. So when you get older, you treat love weird and you're scared of it, or like you treat all altercations or problems with a negative manner. You never come at them like, okay, dum. It's like always like so aggressive and argumentative. We're not taught how to be like fluent passive aggressively. Like, you feel me? Like, we're never being taught being fluent, like, okay, I'm gonna solve this by, let's try to talk this out. Everything is fighting and arguing. So I feel like as a child you grow up being argumentative and violent, because none of us are taught no other way. We just know tough. We just know how to be tough. Even the females, a lot of the females just screaming and fighting. A lot of the males, we scream and fight. We don't really know how to approach a situation other than screaming and fighting. So I feel like that's a child trauma that we need to fix. We need to learn how to see a situation and learn how to try to think about it first and then attack it instead of attacking it off straight emotion. You know, we are really like just you mad, attack. We're never taught how to like step back, think about something, then go at it again. We're just taught how to attack. You feel me? So I feel like that's a big issue within us. It's like it's the tough love, the fear, and grow up in an environment where it's like we're not taught how to like attack things mindfully, attack things with our mind and not with our emotions. There we go. That's what it was. To attack things with our mind and not with our emotion. You know, I feel like we attack things with our emotion instead of our mind, which caused us with a lot of problems that we could have freaking like we could have just like, matter of fact, this one gotta be a problem. This is a conversation. Feel me? There's like a lot of stuff into this conversation. Like a lot of people have beef or issues when it's just like, because instead of having a conversation, they chose to argue, which turns to an issue. Now y'all got beef, and now y'all fighting, and now fighting turns to shooting, and now shooting turns to somebody dying. When it's all of these things could be a conversation. So I feel like us not knowing how to mindfully speak to each other is a child trauma we need to fix. Because once we learn that, I feel like communication as a whole people, we will be in less problems and less wars and less fights and less beef because we just don't know how to communicate. Imagine all of us was like, matter of fact, bro, to be honest, bro, it's not that serious. Let's talk it out. But other than that, it's like, nah, this nigga bugging out. He did. It's like we really don't know how to not fight and how to not argue. We always on go, and I feel like that's crazy. Why we always gotta be on edge because we feel like someone always coming at us. I feel like we gotta learn how to defeat that trauma. So when you are just chilling or you meet somebody that you can just talk to, it's just a conversation. But it's like a lot of the time where it's like we could just be talking, it turns into a screaming battle. I deal with it. I've dealt with it before. The tough love thing with me, I deal with it myself with the not know how to show and take affection. Sometimes certain ways it's kind of weird. Sometimes you don't know how to do it, or you know how to show it, or you show it and it's like weird. You feel weird, or it's like you don't know how to speak your emotion because you don't want to feel weird. Not me, because I always talk my emotions, but I've learned how to do it more. But there's points where I was scared to talk my emotions because I didn't want nobody to say something to me because I don't want to be taken as a weakness. So I feel like the emotion thing, the tough love emotion thing was a big factor. And I feel like the fear thing is a big factor, that we are scared to love or die or do natural things that will happen no matter what. That fear we must release from ourselves to, I feel like, to move forward. Those child traumas, I feel like. Third one is communication. Like growing up in a household where there's not a lot of communication, so all you hear is fighting and screaming. So you grow up fighting and screaming. You feel me? So those are my 3 traumas that I can think about off the top of the head, like straight off top of the dome, no further like off the top of the dome. So like that's what I got right now. So you feel me? But I do want to do the I feel like how we're the devil of our story, the devil and God of our story, because we have the choice to make decisions. So I feel like I'm gonna do that other video to another time. But hope y'all enjoyed this video. Hope y'all learned something. I like this. This is a good video. I appreciate this. This is a good one. So hope I enjoyed it. Your boy Vision Rebels out. If you, matter of fact, yeah, I'm out.